Hey everybody, this is Perch. Let's get right into this relatively short question or quick question. In fact, the subject line says quick question, so you know it's quick. Anyway, it says, Dear Porsche, Porsche? All right. Um, or maybe you bet Percy and that it's spelled corrected. I don't know. Actually, yeah, it just says Dear Porsche. Well, it's talking to my car. I see what's going on. I see, I'm an idiot. All right, there we go. It says, hope you and the fam been well. My summer has been one prob after another, but I'm finally finding time to draw and paint my comic again. That's good. Anyway, here's a question I have pondering with my orb. How are we ever going to get another seminal run or instant classic storyline if everyone thinks they need to save their best stuff for their indie works? It seems people only bought into the indie works of Moore or Miller because they trusted them as creators after having read decades of comics they knew were solid. And it's not like anyone since Miller has had any real success. I mean, Millar, if you want to be fancy, has any real success in parlaying their indie comics into a career in Hollywood. Kirkman, I guess. You guess. Kirkman's a great example. Kirkman, I guess, but the door seems to have closed behind those two. So why not just write that seminal run or rejuvenate that low-selling character like Batman or the X-Men? Well, it's a good question, and it's a challenging problem, I think, that we're having right now because, when you look at where we are with comics, there's a lot of incentive and motivation not to give your best work to the big two. And when I say a lot of incentive and motivation, I mean, you can count them on the list. There's no job security. There is, low page rates. There's low recognition. In some cases, and some creators have talked about this, in some cases, there's almost the better you do, the more resentment you get, both from fellow creators and from the publisher. So there's a whole batch of problems here of why your best work just might not be welcome at the big two. And the reason he said, if you have a really amazing idea for a story, do you want to be like Larry Hama, who's talking about how he doesn't get paid anything and, is charging for signatures because that's what he needs to get, his money. I forget what he said. I think I'm exaggerating here, but I have this dim memory that he was talking about, I need dental care. And so that's why I'm having to charge these rates. So if you're reading that and you're a creator and you're working for the big two and you have some amazing idea that you think is huge, why would you do that? You hear horror stories about people not getting paid royalties on time and everything else, and your editor rarely gets back to you in any kind of reasonable way. I mean, you could go just on and on and on around the problems that I think, comics have. And so in your head, if you really believe in what it is you're doing, if you think, hey, I've got a great idea. I'm a great writer. I've got something that nobody else has. I've got the next Watchmen. I've got the next Knight Returns. Why give it to DC or Marvel? The only reason you do it at this point is, kind of twofold. One, the love of the genre, the absolute love of what you're doing, and kind of a sense of, long-term strategy that if you do it well and if you get lucky and, you get the right promotion and the company doesn't screw you over in the process, another thing out, you do get a lot of hype for it, then you can parlay that into, that indie career, that Hollywood career you really wanted. But that's a lot of ifs. And there's a whole lot more examples of it not working than working right now. And so, I mean, that's kind of where you're left. And this is, quite frankly, the onus is on the big two publishers to become destination places to work. I hear my impression, and I mean, say whatever you want out of it, is that the big two have for too long kind of leaned on the concept of, hey, you want to come work with us, you want to come work for us, because you've always wanted to write Spider-Man, and you've always wanted to write Batman, and you've always wanted to write these iconic characters you grew up with. But by the way, don't say you love it too much, because if you say you love it too much, then you're going to wander into the big two telling you that you're too in love with the character, and so they can't put you on it. I mean, literally, this exists to this day. I had a conversation with someone a week ago just here in, as we're getting into May, just recently talking about the fact that, they said, I love this character. This is my very, very favorite character. And the editor is like, ooh, that really is, I don't say that again, because, we really won't, we don't want to hire people for this who like the character too much. This is 2024, and this is still the philosophy going on. So imagine if you're a writer, you're not going to get the page rate you want. You're not going to get the ownership. You're seeing tons of horror stories around royalties and everything else. The comic company is saying, hey, y'all, we have Batman. Everybody wants to write Batman at least once. You want to come write Batman. But if you say you really have always wanted to write Batman for, your entire life, there's a good chance the company turns around again and goes, oh, you love it too much. Okay, well, then no. You don't get to write Batman. Like what the fuck? Like, how are you supposed to navigate that? As a creator, that would annoy the shit out of me. And so where you get to is, you save it for the indies. You save it for your own work. The problem is that's a path to, that's a bad path too. I was going to say a path to nowhere, which is not entirely true. That Kirkman did figure it out, but Kirkman also, it got known doing some pretty popular, well-selling zombie stories at Marvel. That took the whole show, over to Image. That's not entirely true, actually. Miller did the first one, and then there was some other things. But anyway, yeah, my point is, Kirkman had a Marvel, history with the Ultimate line and other things, and then went on over to Marvel. So I think all of these things said, we're in a messy time right now. The big two have to get over you always wanted to write Batman, so therefore you're going to work with us as the primary way to pull in talent. And you're going to need to get in to, basically making it a great place to work, getting some royalties, getting some ownership, perhaps. I mean, ownership is hard with those properties, I grant you, but your page rate should be higher. Your prestige should be higher. You should be, they should be putting out little kind of mini parades and other things when it's time to go to a convention. I mean, there's a lot of things that I think the publishers need to do to make it an incentive for people to want to come. And until they do that, I mean, it's just, I think it's going to continue to drag. And right now it is dragging. And that's the problem we've got. I don't know. What do you think? Big two, why aren't they the place to go? Why? Why aren't more people flocking to write these characters? After all, haven't they always wanted to write Batman? Where is this, this next Watchmen, next Dark Knight? Where are they? Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe, of course, and thanks for listening.